Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Expectations Gap. Today, we are honored to have Molham Mansour, currently holding a senior data analytics consultant position with a wide experience between Egypt and UK. Molham, good morning, and welcome to Expectations Gap.
Good morning, Umneya. It's my honor to be one of your hosts. I'm really pleased to have this one, and this is my first time to do like such kind of podcasts. But I'm really excited.
I'm very, very glad and pleased and honored to have you, and that you're excited about the topic and you want to share your experience in that. So from there, we can start by what is AI for you and what does it mean for you on a personal and also on a professional level? From which angle do you see AI?
I see that AI is like a very good tool that can be used by a wide range of people, not only the technical people, but a lot of non-technical people can now use the AI. It is not some sort of a technical tool that required software engineers or something like this in order to use it. So from my personal level, I see that it will make a lot of changes and facilitate our life big time if it is being used correctly. From the business, so it is unlocking a lot of opportunities in the business across a wide range of industries and a wide range of areas in the business, like the data analytics, the retail, the education, a lot of things like this, and um, it will change the market in the nearby future. This is what I see. For me, it was like a good opportunity to make a career shift, or to because I was working as a product manager at the beginning, and then shifted to the data analytics and AI. And because I like the AI and the data science in this area, so it was like an opportunity for me.
And how, how did you do the shift? Because this is very interesting for a lot of people. Some people are stuck somewhere, they see an opportunity and they don't have the power or the confidence enough to do a shift in the middle of their career.
Yeah, this is a very good question. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so I was like a marketing product manager at Etisalat,
Mhm.
which is one of the telecom operators in Egypt. And the marketeers cannot take the correct decision without having real insights or actionable insights. Otherwise, I'm going to shoot blindly, and I will never reach the objective or the target that I have. So from there, I started to rely on the other like teams, such as the data science team, the insights team. The gap here is that you might find someone who is very good at the technical side,
Mhm.
and he can provide infinity number of information, but I have to work a lot in order to filter all this information and get the actionable information or the valuable information out of this. As long as you have the data, and we are in the era of the data right now, so getting the information and getting a lot of charts is something like easy, but selecting the correct charts and insights is an art in itself. So in that case, I started to see that my strength point might be if I shifted to the technical side and I still have the business sense, so I can use my technical skills in just providing the beneficial narratives or
Mhm.
the actionable insights, as I can say, which might help the business in creating the strategy and in enhancing their marketing approach and sales approaches as well.
It's interesting because I met also a lot of product managers that are not seeing it that way. So I'm definitely a big fan of data and insight, but some people are kind of more, they go with the guts and they go with their instincts or shooting in the dark, as you said, and sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. But I'm a strong believer that if everyone is depending on insights, it will be definitely more efficient for the business.
I totally agree with this. Like if you are going to follow your guess or your guesstimates, it might help you in some cases. It might not, but even if it helps you, you will not be able to quantify to what extent it will help you,
Mhm.
unless you have the required data to do it. So the data is like one of the main things that you have to rely on in the business side. I totally agree with that.
So, how is then AI influencing the industry where you are now? So, you moved from product management to data analytics,
Yeah.
and now you're consulting in data analytics. So you're consulting only then marketing from a marketing perspective, or you have a wide range of consultancy there? Yeah, you're consulting multiple industries, and is it then impacting only the data analytics industry, or it's impacting all the industries that you're dealing with, for example?
Okay, yeah. So my experience in two industries, the telecom industry and the technology.
Hmm.
So I worked at it a lot for several years, and then I moved to the UK, working at Fractal AI, which is a consultancy a company providing focusing on the data science and AI services. And I'm working with Google. Google is my main client right now for around 3 or 4 years until the moment.
Hmm.
So this is where I got my experience in the technology industry. Uh, Going to the second part of your question, do you see that the AI is impacting the field of the data analytics only or wider range of areas? Yes, I see that it will impact a lot of things right now. So think about like the AI is not the generative AI. Now we are not going to ask a question and then getting the answer and that's it. But now a lot of tools and facilities that are being provided by the AI agencies, like for example, starting by the APIs. So with the APIs, you can automate a lot of things. Think about like the text mining or the text analysis.
Hmm.
So if you have a huge amount of text, this text could be like customer user chat, some sort of contracts, books, anything like this or any transcript like this. So you can just automate analyzing these chats in terms of getting the sentiment analysis, in terms of summarizing what kind of books do we have, categorizing them like automatically. So this is like, for example, for the text mining. For the education, you have now the RAG. One of the famous tool of the RAG is the Notebook LM, which is provided by Google right now. So you can now like prepare an environment, feed it with the curriculum that you have,
Hmm.
and then start to learn, but based on the external information that you have fed to the model, not like any information. So think about it like you are a student in X university, and you need to study the content that you have from this university, not like any other content related to the same topic. Or like think about you are in a certain organization and you need to create an environment that include the information of this organization specifically. So if you are going to ask a question to the Notebook LM, it will provide the answer based on the external data that you have fed to it.
And like, what are the biggest challenges that you faced when you're using the AI?
Uh, yeah, so yeah, the AI is still not a magic. This is what I believe. It still need a lot of technical like capabilities and experience to use it. So the first challenge is that it is not 100% accurate until the moment.
Hmm.
It will take a lot of time to validate its results, especially if you are going to do a project in a large scale of data. So it will take like a lot of time to validate it. So or you can have like some other data science methodologies to use it for validating the output. The second challenge is the consistency. So the same data might be interpreted differently by two different persons, and the two different interpretations will be correct. Right? So,
But isn't it also the human thing? Like, yani, in general, if you give two sets of data to two different humans, not
exactly.
only AI,
Yeah.
it will interpret it from a different perspective. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree. 100%. Yeah. And that's why the AI itself might produce like two different answers. If you have used the same prompt, used the same data, everything is fixed. it might provide two totally different like outputs. But in the business, and because you are automating these kind
Mhm.
of things right now, so controlling the consistency is something that is very essential and needs some techniques to control it. Otherwise, you might get different results every time you run the same model on the same data. So this is like one of the challenges that you might have.
That is it is a topic that we can talk about for a long time.
Yeah,
Like, so what's the what did AI, when or where did AI surprise you with the success? Like what was completely surprising? Like what and you said, ah, okay, this is why we're using you, you know?
yeah. So might be in the latest 3 years. I'm surprised with two steps. The first one, when the OpenAI started with the ChatGPT 3,
Mhm.
so it was like something insane for me. Like you can ask it any question and it will reply any question across the world, and related to any different topic or you know. So this was like the first step, and then the second step is starting to automate it, starting to introduce the new methodologies like the RAG and the agentic AI, and start to automate the pipelines, integrating the AI in your pipelines, so you can not only ask it a question and get the answer, but it can make actions on behalf of you. So I see that these are like two major steps that will make a lot of changes in the job market.
Maybe Anna, I'm trying to build up the story a little bit together from what you're saying because I never thought about it this way. So AI, I know AI is then it's the data and it's the model and the computing power. So then they are together.
Yeah.
بس دلوقتي so when we're talking for example about um, that that when you even have a fixed model and you have a fixed and you're having a fixed prompt, the data could generate or like because of the data variations in it, and it's not also the input is not completely consistent because it's a human input, then the model output might be
Yeah.
varying a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have this integrated in a bigger system. And then the bigger system might have also challenges
Yes.
on top. It might be not completely neatly built. It might have its own legacy complexities. And so how can we control the process even and to understand what is then the data, where the part of the data it's really hallucinating, where it's the part that it's really the human input that is challenging, you know, because like it might be that the human input is challenging, and whereas like we need to fix the basics,
Yeah.
like what we need to be really very proper in setting up the model that we have. Yeah, when you think of it completely logical, this would be really a shift, that you have everything and then it's also generating on top of it. This could facilitate a lot of things in the business, but also when any of those is going wrong, this might create chaos in the business.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like a topic that we can speak a lot, as you have mentioned, but it's an interesting topic. Yeah, and this is like one of the challenges that we have mentioned, that it is like one of the AI challenges or AI gaps that we need to fulfill. You can look at it as an opportunity for the technical people to use their experience to control the AI. Let me answer your question here. So yes, if the AI is going to take the full control of a certain pipeline, you will never guarantee that it is doing everything perfectly. It might hallucinate, as you mentioned,
Mhm.
based on the data, based on its power, because it is still not accurate 100%, based on
Mhm.
anything else. Um, so let me give an example here. So yeah, let me assume that I'm trying to find a job right now. I'm a
Mhm.
new graduated student, or like yeah. And, I've just like graduated recently, and I'm trying to find a job, and I want to create like a pipeline for the AI to be an agent, just reading the email. And when it finds an email from a company that I have applied in, it will reply automatically. So you will never know if it will reply like correctly or not. And you might need like to have a report of which companies reply to my job application, right?
Mhm.
So the first thing is I have to provide the AI agent access to my email. So this is like the first step. And then the AI agent will analyze these emails. And then it will sort out only the emails that are related to the job application. And then it will suggest a reply. Suggesting a reply, it will be based on how I explained how I want to reply based on my explanation to the model in
Mhm.
the prompt itself. Okay, so for the first iteration, I might see that the replies are not in line with what I need. So what I'm going to do is, retype my prompt again to be more
Mhm.
specific and to eliminate some things, and then retry it, test it again. And then for the second iteration, it might be better, but not perfect. So I will do
Mhm.
this like process 2 or 3 or 4 times until reaching out to the output that I need. And it will not be 100% for all the time. So now, like, they have, okay, is it too long?
It's it's like the question. What I have in my mind running right now is like, wouldn't it be more efficient to answer yourself at a certain point? It's easier than the reiteration, or then it's you really will train it to an extent that it will take over this completely, and then it's a topic that's closed from you, like topic that it's done, that it will have the history of your application or have the history of your communication with your doctors, that it knows the pattern, that you will fine tune it to an extent that it's kind of this done, or it's a lot of hassle to keep the reiteration going.
So this is like the second step, which is now in the agentic AI. So which is now like assigning or hiring a second, AI model
Mhm.
that will validate the output of the first model and then giving the feedback. It is like changing the prompt automatically and giving the feedback to the first model, and then the cycle will be automated between these two agents. So the
Ah,
output will be much, much more accurate. But at the end, in all cases, I still see that at a certain point there is a human interaction that will need to be feed in the pipeline. Like
mhm.
before sending the final email, it should be like, hey, see, this is the final email. So you got an email from this company. They're saying this and this and this in summary, and this is our reply. Are you fine with that? And then send, or like make just fine tuning. But I mean, like the
But
automation
this
is,
would be efficient. Yeah, this would be efficient. This would be also useful, and it will reduce a lot of your time in,
yeah,
yeah, writing emails and
yes,
reviewing things.
exactly,
And yeah.
exactly, yeah, 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 definitely. So yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
I can't.
what's then the ethical challenge there? Because you said, okay, you will give it, for example, sticking with your example, like you will give it access to your email.
Yeah,
Would you trust to give it access to your complete email, or
this is a long debate. I know this
and
debate.
then the ethical challenge that you're only now giving it access to your email, but they are giving it access to our all emails. So everyone is giving, like, they are training the data on everything that they have without our approval in a way. But
Yeah,
sticking with your example, would you trust that it will not abuse this, or whether the model or the companies, or how can we regulate it in the community, make it more
my point of view might be different than a lot of people I know.
Mhm.
So yeah, from my point of view, I think, yeah, it's the time for using the AI right now. Um, and like if you are going to deny the capabilities of the AI, and in order to use these capabilities, you have to allow access to a lot of the data that you have. So you're going to miss a lot. You will, like fall behind the technology. And so yeah, this is from one side. And you will never trust most of the things surrounding you. Like if you are going to eat from a restaurant, for example, are you going to trust the food, the material of the food, and yeah, who are cooking and who are preparing your food? Are they like, meeting the standards or not? So you will,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
but there is an industry standards like for the food. So, for example, to open a restaurant, there are rules and there are procedures. Yeah, so mostly is being followed because it has been also developing or over a very long period of time that they reach this, and it's a kind of regulated. Yeah, sometimes they will not be, but the AI industry is moving so fast that you don't have time to regulate it, and it is definitely not regulated now. So it is not regulated, and there is kind of a rush, and you don't know how it will go. There is a difference between the speed of to the two industries and the status.
I see that the terms and conditions that you are always accepting without reading, even like myself. So yeah, it should mention how they are going to use the data. So they are not going to use the data in a personal level. They are going to remove the PII, no access to the PII, and all the models are going to use the data in aggregated, not like in details and these kind of things. So this will fit like across all the stages of the AI, even for the photos, for the videos, for like your actions.
So
Uh,
and then the creative the creative like rights, the creativity rights, because for example poetry, pictures, so all these literature that they can now write a book or so, it has been built over data of humans for a very long time. The input is a human input that they don't take a piece of the cake in the end.
yeah,
How do you see this?
yeah. This is a good point. Yeah, yeah. These things have to be regulated for sure. And even like now, you cannot trust any video. Like you
Yeah.
can create a video of yourself saying something that saying that you hate the AI, for example, or you see that the AI is like about to while you didn't say something like this, right? So I mean, it could be some, yeah. Yeah, so this kind of things could be, yeah, a challenge and need to be regulated and need to be secured as well. You can make a lot of issues using these, yeah, and it will not be a fair competition. I mean, in the art side, like the drawing, photo sessions, or yeah,
Yeah, so it's because any human who is now in the business, who's doing something, they don't have the same input that the AI has. So
yeah,
the AI has much more input, a variety of techniques as well. And then when it's producing something, it will be definitely more real, more accurate, more even more creative because of the amount of data behind.
yeah. Yeah, you have a point. You have a point. I cannot like agree more. But let's think about it like as any new thing has to face like some challenges at the beginning, and it will take some time to set the correct regulations for it and to deal with its challenges. But you have to to look at the positive side. So it is unlocking a lot of areas or kind of work that couldn't be done before the AI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
This is definitely this is useful as well, and it will change a lot. So how do you see it then changing the job industries?
I see that it will make like a lot of changes in the job industries. It will be like, if you can remember when the Microsoft introduced the Microsoft Office using the Excel, the spreadsheets to make a lot of calculations. But before introducing this, there was like, a bunch of people in the same team, like just recording what happened in the transactions and then using the calculator to calculate it. And then when the Microsoft Office introduced, or like,
Yeah,
when the Microsoft created the Microsoft Office tools, so it changed the market dramatically. Now we have like a lot of data. There is no people who are recording manually, but there are a lot of people who are doing the such kind of analysis and charts and like these fast things. So the same will happen with the AI. I see that with the AI, it will automate a lot of workflows, routine workflows. The job market will have more opportunities with gathering more data. Like, for example, uh, like in the retail, any retail shop, you might see that the sales are going up or down, and it is very difficult to understand why it go up or down in many cases. But if you are like using the AI to monitor the cameras in front of the gates of the shop, it can count how many people are going in, how many people are going out, the time spent in per
In the shop,
person
yeah.
inside the shop. So you might explain the sales is going up or down by the footfall. Is it increasing or decreasing? Or the engagement? The footfall is fine, but the engagement is decreasing, is like increasing or decreasing. You might also automatically check if something happening, if there is any event, so it can automatically provide a narrative like the footfall is increasing because there is an event now in this certain area or something like this. So these
You
are like,
really see that this will increase the jobs from the data analyst jobs or the people explaining the data because the data will be a lot, for example.
no, I see that some jobs will be created, other
Uh-huh.
jobs will diminish.
Okay.
And uh, one more interesting thing that I see, I might be wrong in it, is that the big organizations that will have a lot of employees will reduce the number of employees big time. So you might see that X organization is hiring 10,000 employees right now. This 10,000 might be 5,000 in 5 years or 10 years. I'm not, yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
in the nearby duration. However, a lot of entrepreneurs will jump into the market because, like one of the challenges to own your business or to be like an entrepreneur is hiring people doing some difficult jobs. But now, if you have like a lot of AI agents, you
Hmm.
can use them, and they can do the job perfectly as the people. And then instead of like hiring 20 people, 50 people, you can only hire like 5 people. And then with the agent AI, it could be like if you have any new idea, it is much easier to apply it right now as an entrepreneur. So I believe that this will be the shape of the market in the nearby future.
So, and what would be your advice to the individuals and the companies for the next stage? Like,
I
what
see
do they
that.
need to focus on?
I see that. Yeah, all the employees that are working in front of the computer, any PC or laptop, or in front of the screens, should learn the basics of the AI. It will become something mandatory as learning the Microsoft Office now. If you don't know how to create an Excel file or to use the Word document or the slides, you will never find a chance for yourself in the job market. Yeah, if you are having your
I
own
really
business.
like. I never heard. So I heard a lot of comparisons of AI to the industrial revolution to things, but I think what you're saying from also a job perspective, comparing it to Microsoft, like Office, because until now Excel is a king.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Excel is an everyday thing. Like I'm using it for personal, and it's like water for me.
yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot live without Excel. I'm not sure if AI will really substitute Excel at one day.
No, I will substitute a lot of. I'm not saying that it will totally substitute the Excel, but it will substitute. I mean, a lot of things like when the Excel substituted a lot of like manual work as well. Like the example
Yeah.
that we have mentioned about reading the email and replying to the email and summarizing the email. So you will reach a certain
This
point.
is really good. Like it's a new perspective. Like if I understand you right, you're not saying that it will be completely uh it's not one and zero. It's not
Yeah,
that AI will take everything or it will be not useful, but it's somewhere in the middle that we are the ones responsible for it. We are the ones responsible to integrate it in our lives. We are the ones responsible to understand how to use it properly. And it's based on our ethical grounds, then,
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, definitely it will be based on your ethical ground. If you're going to speak about like creating fake videos, for example, so yeah, this is like an ethical one, especially that the regulations might not be covering these areas like end to end. Yeah, but in terms of how the market will be, I see that jobs will still be there, but it will make a lot of changes. I'm just giving the example of the Microsoft because you might have 10 people. I mean, in the old days, just focusing on how to manually record everything, and now all these 10 people can be replaced by only one. So this is going to happen. But on the other side, there are a
Mhm.
lot of new jobs or a lot of new, like, careers and fields that has been open now, like the data analytics and data science, and then now the AI, and like the reporting, the BI, all these kind of things, like, introduced because we have Microsoft Office right now, and we have data in the Microsoft Office right now, and the other like applications like Oracle and the other applications. So this will be the same like in the AI. A lot of people or a lot of jobs
Mm.
will, I mean, will be like the old fashioned, and then a new like jobs or a new opportunities will open in the market, especially for the entrepreneurs.
And um, so, how do you then personally use AI, if I might ask?
Yeah, I started to use the AI in like mainly the learning. So like now, like you couldn't like like run that fast to learn everything in the AI, and in the data science like we can do before, because yeah, every day you have like new ideas, new methodologies, new techniques, new platforms, uh, and in order to catch up, you have to use the AI right now as well. So I have to use the AI to summarize all the new things that are happening. If you want to watch like 2 or 3 videos or 3 hours of like video, educational video, something like this, you can just summarize it using the AI and get the key points and then jump to the other article. For the email, I'm using the AI in summarizing my email, like mostly right
Mhm.
now, rather than like reading the email one by one. And you can auto archive. I'm not doing this right now, but I mean, you can
Okay.
reach a point to auto archive as well. So yeah, and in the work, definitely. So previously, we were using the traditional NLP in analyzing the texts, while
Mhm.
having the Gen AI with its APIs right now is a huge change in the market, and
Mhm.
a huge change in this area. You can have more precise and more accurate results in the NLP using
Mhm.
the Gen AI, and it will be the same for the video recognition, because the AI now, is capable to not only analyze the transcript of a video, but it can analyze the motion in the video as
In the
well.
video.
So yeah, this one will make like a lot of things, and you can use it personally, by the way.
Someone did something like towards, or like I cannot remember if I heard it or I read it somewhere, but the comparing that when the industrial revolution happened, that now we need to go to the gym because physically we are not doing any effort like before.
Ah, yeah.
And then it's like making the comparison, like are our brains going to rot because AI is taking a lot of the thinking process of it, and how are we going to train our brains then
Hmm.
to keep going? So kind of.
Yeah, so yeah, as I said, like you will use your brain in different things, like creating a strategy based on the insights, rather than just writing down all the transactions manually in the old days, right? You are now using your brain on, I have a data, how to analyze this data. I now have an AI doing all my routine work, supporting me in a lot of things like writing
Mhm.
an email, writing my CV, preparing a presentation. I have the idea, and I know I need the AI just to help me in writing the presentation or writing like the initial documents, for example. So I will focus on how to improve my own business or how to improve my area in the company that I'm working for right now. So you are going to use your mind, but in a different way.
I'm so looking forward. So, do you have any final thoughts about AI or anything that you would like to share as last comments?
No, I think we have actually like covered everything. All what I see, that it's important to keep engaged with what is happening in the AI, train ourselves, learn about it, learn how to use it. Yeah, and don't be afraid of being replaced by the AI. But we have to think about how we can upgrade ourselves using the AI, because it's a fact right now. We cannot ignore it. Uh, yeah,
Thank you so much. So it is so Molham's message for us is to upgrade ourselves to cope with the change, and
yeah,
I like your positive perspective on it, and that we need to deal with it because it's happening anyways.
yeah.
Thank you so much for the refreshing ideas, and yeah, so maybe we meet again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Omne, and thank you for like giving me the chance to to make like my first podcast.
Yeah, so it is my pleasure. And then when there are changes in the market, and then there are new ideas or new updates happening, then we have you again to explain to us what is then the positive perspective of it.
Okay, sure. Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, thank you and have a good day.